Hello and welcome to Talladega. My name is Justin. I'm the owner of Team 53. I partner with Coach Dave Academy and Impel Motorsports to bring you this week's Learn to Drive video for C-Fix trucks at Talladega. If you can, make sure you hit like and subscribe. We're teetering right around 500 subscribers as I'm recording this video. So once we hit 500, make sure you join our Discord, all of which is linked below, um, to take part in our 500 subscriber giveaway. So looking forward to doing that. So Talladega, you're probably wondering, what do I need to learn to drive here? And your answer would be correct. I am a 7500 I rating. I've been on iRacing for about 12 years. Built a lot of my I rating up running C-Fix trucks. So there's really not a lot that you can do, right? There's two schools of thought. One school of thought says qualify up front, just run up front the whole time and stay out of trouble. The other school of thought says qualifying doesn't matter here because it's just going to be a wreck fest on the last lap. Jury's out on which one is correct, and it's been that way for 12 years. So let's head out on track. I'll just show you kind of some tips for qualifying. Maybe if you're newer to iRacing, this will help you. Um, so the big thing with Talladega is you're not going to touch the brakes at all, and we're going to go flat out all the way around. So we get out of first gear into second gear up to third gear here, and then we're going to ride third gear here along the apron, and you'll hear a point where right there where we shift. So now we're in fourth gear, and we're just going to rock fourth gear the rest of the way. We're going to go high all the way around. So why would we go high, right? Uh, Biggest thing is you're going to get more fuel burn off. So the longer way around the track is up high. So just this little bit of additional, time around the track is going to burn off a little bit of fuel, which in theory should make you a little bit lighter and allow you to go a little bit faster on your hot lap of lap 2. Someone with a lot more time on their hands mapped this out than what I did. But you'll go around here and you'll just go high all the way around. And then this would be our green flag lap. So this green flag lap we're just going to throw away and we'll work on the white flag. So while we're waiting to come around, if you guys are looking to upgrade your sim racing equipment, head over to impelmotorsports.com. Impel's got some great Moza R3, R5 products in stock as well as the higher end stuff. But I will tell you, I have a team member on Team 53. He's been on iRacing for a couple weeks, had a Logitech, was having trouble with consistency. I said, just order this Moza and let's see what happens. And he ordered a Moza and immediately about 2/10 better, way more consistent. He said the feel was way different than what he was used to. So if you're struggling, it might just be equipment. So head over to Impel, upgrade your stuff. As we head here into the dog leg for our fast lap, you're going to see how I drive down the track using the apron to give me just a little bit more speed. And now here on lap 2, it's just going to be pretty much all about keeping this wheel as smooth as possible so I'm not scrubbing speed and staying as close to this yellow line as I possibly can. So that's really all we're going to do is just stay close to the line, not scrub speed off, and just kind of cruise all the way around. And then there's going to be a little trick once we get to the dog leg. Now, I'm not really sure how much faster it is. For me, it ended up being about 1 to 2/100ths faster per lap by cutting through the apron of the dog leg versus running around the top side of the dog leg. So you'll see this here. We're going to go down, and now right about the time that the pit opening opens, so you'll go just past this pit opening, and then what you're going to do is before the track really gets to the banking, you're going to slightly drive it down onto the apron, and you'll run this apron all the way through the dog leg, through the Geico zone, and then as you're coming off here, you'll move back up onto the track to cross at the start finish line. And that was a 255. Not cutting was a 266. So about 100th. It's one of those things where if you don't do that, let's fast forward 16 times speed just to get there as fast as we can. So not cutting it, it would look like this. You just stay close, and then we run down here right along the bottom. I was going to look at doing an AI race, but iRacing's telling me that AI is not enabled for this, likely because it's it's a tough one to get the AI to work properly. But the big thing to think about is when you are drafting and you're coming up on someone. A lot of times when I'm in hosted races or even in some official races when I'm racing with you guys, we'll just see people run all the way up and you just plow right into the back of someone. You don't gracefully get into someone. You just take that full run and you just nudge them, and it throws this lead car sideways, and then the lead car loses a lot of speed. So one of the things that you should work on in practice this week is with drafting is when you come up behind them, either lift off your throttle just slightly or look at potentially just dragging just ever so small amount of brake. I find it's easier to lift a little bit so that way when you come in contact with them, you still have your momentum of being 2 or 3 miles an hour, but you're not at full steam just plowing into them. And then as you start to make contact with them and with their rear bumper, that's when you start to throttle back up and you use that to then push them a little bit further forward. And you guys can lock bumpers a lot easier than how I see a lot of you guys just jamming into each other. The other thing is that with the draft here at Talladega, really bottom side is king unless the top side is really, really well formed or they have a huge run. So really look to protect your bottom. And if guys get to your outside, really make them work. Like I said, unless they've got their bumpers locked, they're not going to be able to pass you. Or if there's, five, six, seven cars and you've only got two or three down on the bottom, then they might have a little bit more momentum built up to where they can pass you. But it's Talladega. For the most part, just ride around until probably the last 5 laps. And if you're within the top 10, I mean, really, if you're still on the lead lap and you're still in the main pack, everybody's going to wreck probably off four, off two, off four, somewhere on that last lap. It's just about avoiding the wreck, or if you get caught up in the wreck, getting through as many of the lap cars or wreck trucks as possible to get back to the start finish line. So, it's going to be a pretty short video for CFix for us this week, only about 8 minutes or so. But head over to our Team 53 Facebook page, give us a like there, join our Discord. We are super, super close. If not, probably by the time I post this, we'll be at 500. But head over to our Discord. It'll be linked in the description below. Join our Discord. We love having new people. And we will see you guys in the next video.